Now in this video I am going to do the additional rule of the probability. Now in the addition rule of the probability I'm going to talk about two important things, that is when the events are mutually exclusive and when the events are not mutually exclusive. So the first case, when events are mutually exclusive, and the second one, when events are not mutually exclusive. Now let me consider a scenario like this. Now what do we mean by this mutually exclusive events? Now mutually exclusive events means that one thing can occur and the other will not. Now say for example the situation like passing or failing the examinations. So in this case, these event type of events are mutually exclusive. And one of the most important things to mention over here is that we consider these events in just a single trial. So the trials over here will be only one. We will not be talking about more than one trial. So all the things are going to happen in just one trial. So if I increase the amount of the trials, then the rules are going to change. Now in this case, the simple rules are that if the events are mutually exclusive, then let me consider this to be the event A and let me consider this to be event B. Therefore the probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus probability of B. However, this scenario has to happen in a single trial, which means that probability of either A or B happening. Now, what if when the events are not mutually exclusive? In the scenario in which the events are not mutually exclusive, this addition rule of the probability needs some modification. Now, let me consider an example. Say, for example, I want to find the probability of drawing either an ace or heart from cards. Now let me calculate this, the probability of ace or heart. Now it is very simple. If I look by this rule, it is equal to probability of ace plus probability of heart. Now one of the most important things to mention is that there is at least one of the hearts that is ace. So which means that among all the hearts, one card will be both ace as well as it will be the heart. So which means that ace and heart will be occurring together in a single trial. So such type of an event needs to be subtracted, which means I need to subtract the let me write it here. I need to subtract the probability of ace and heart. Now with these modifications, the addition rule of probability becomes probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of AB. So now in this case, let me just write it down. This is the probability of A. Let me change it down. This is the probability of A, probability of A or B happening when A and B are not mutually exclusive. Now this over here is probability of A happening. This is probability of B happening, and this over here is that probability of A and B happening together. Now this is actually how do we actually where do we apply the addition rule of probability. Now the in this case the events when are mutually exclusive, while as here the events are not mutually exclusive. Now depending upon the particular scenario, whether the events are mutually exclusive or the measures are not or the events are not mutually exclusive, we apply a particular rule of the particular addition rule of the probability.